Hey guys, it's me Falco, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the new Darkblood Stormking Revamp. It's a class which comes from way back like 2011, 2012 from when they did the Thunder Forge saga or whatever it's called. And yeah, it basically runs as a free-to-play, very average chrono class. Don't be expecting anything like super crazy. However, you can get some nice crits. It does require a bit of dexterity as well. So just in advance, I will be using a forge enhancement known as Vim for the helmet. I don't have Valiance, however Valiance may be good. Instead I'm going to use Lacerate because of DPS testing, that is the highest DPS I can find. And yeah, either way, let's move on. Okay, so to actually get the class, obviously it's a rep class, so you need rank 10 in Thunderforge. You can get this from doing the storyline and some of the rep quests. Probably easiest to do it on a rep boost day, obviously. Come here in Fall Guard and you'll go to the rep shop and you'll find the class here. You can also buy it for ACs. Personally, I don't think it is worth 2k ACs even after the revamp. However, if you don't want to farm it, go ahead, you may as well, it's your money. Okay, so I'm in the museum. Before we do go over the enhancements, I want to say full wizard for this class is probably best. I've done some DPS testing, that's the highest DPS I can get out of it, compared to luck at least. If you don't have forge enhancements, I would go with Spiral Carve. You get some pretty decent DPS through this way. I think I got about 4.5k, 4.6k-ish. If you do have forge enhancements, however, as I said, you do need dexterity for the class, as some of the cooldowns are a bit short on like passives and stuff. So maybe going with something like Valiance first of all, as it gives a dexterity boost on your weapon. And if you don't have that, then Lacerate. It gives a really good DPS, that's the highest DPS I found. However, trying to get Vim at least on the helmet is probably a go-to. Okay, so to actually go over the animations and the class skills themselves, I'm just going to start fighting this dude. So first of all, obviously you've just got your regular auto attack. Okay, so your second skill is Storm Call. If you use it, it's just a single target attack. However, this basically is used to apply passives to yourself and also use things on enemies and whatever else. So as you can see there, if you strike a thunderstricken foe, it gives a conductive. These basically are used for your fifth skill, which is your nuke, and stack up to 50 times. And then if they're shocked, it will heal you, giving you a heal over time, and hopefully reducing the damage you take from the next hit until you heal, as it says there. Okay, your third skill is going to be Skyfire. This is going to apply shocked, and when you use your second skill, it's going to allow you to heal. It lasts 10 seconds and reduces the target's damage dealt by 20%. So as you can see here, it's healing me for about 500 to 600 per use of it, per using my 2. It doesn't apply anything to myself, however, while shocked is active on the opponent, you can heal yourself. Your fourth skill is going to be Thunderclap. Using this applies Thunder Strike to the enemy for 10 seconds and reduces their dodge chance by 20%. Using this applies the conductive passive on top of yourself, as you can see there. These two, 3 and 4, replace each other, so you can't use Thunder Strike, as you can see up here, and then use Shocked, as they just replace each other, so you can't keep both active at the same time. Okay, so your fifth and final skill is going to be Stormbolt. As I said, this is going to be your main nuke, and it goes off your conductive stacks which you have, which go up to 50. It's a guaranteed crit and replaces them all with like Voltaic or whatever it's called, so it increases your damage by 10% for 10 seconds. If the opponent had the passive from the third skill, so Shocked, it will decrease their crit chance and their hit chance by 20% for 10 seconds. However, it makes everything flow a bit weird if you try and get that passive off as well, in my opinion. Either way, I'm going to show you what it's like. So I'll apply Thunder Strike, and then I'll stack my conductive strikes up to 5, just for you guys, just for a demonstration. And then I'll use my fifth skill, and you'll see the nuke here. It's 22k, it's pretty nice. As I said, it goes up to 50. So you can get some pretty nice hits on, however it does take a while to make sure everything's stacked. Okay, before I actually start attacking the Doom Overlord, what I'm going to do for you guys, I'm going to put 2 combos down below. The first one is basically going to be how you can stack your second skill, so your conductive stacks. This is just by using your fourth, then your 2, and just keep using your 2 over and over again until you get around 50 stacks if you want to max it out. And then you press your fifth just for your nuke. If you want to heal, you press your third skill, keep pressing your 2, and then you can press your fifth as well, just in case you want the decreasing crit chance and hit chance on the enemy. But yeah, those are the two things. Basically, to stack up Conductive though, it's just pressing 2 after having Thunderstrike or Thunderstricken up as, you know, the passive on the enemy. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to fight the Doom Overlord, try and speed it up for you guys, and I'll be back. As you guys can see, I kind of got a bit greedy there at the end, just trying to get max stacks for you, and I got around a 300k crit. However, if you were trying to play it safe, you could probably just get the crit off while you're on like the actual rundown of it all. So maybe get 20 stacks and then try and go for your nuke rather than getting the max stacks. Just because it's kind of awkward trying to keep the heals up at the same time. Just because you can lose your stacks which you've created if you mistime it a tiny bit. Okay. I'm going to try and fight Aranx as best as possible. I have just done this and I did just die. However, I'll bring my thoughts about all of this to the end. Let's try again. Okay, that was a surprise to me. Not gonna lie, when I use this class, especially for someone like Aranx who has pretty decently high DPS, I do not feel safe at all. It's so hard. I'm constantly on the worry of, oh, I'm gonna die. However, as you can see, the fight was finished. There was some nukes, pretty okay nukes. The highest I got for stacks was like 6. Just because I need to make sure I'm healed up properly. But yeah, as you also saw at the start, I did pre-stack. I went 3 then 5 just to get the crit chance and the hit chance down by 20%, just because it's just something extra. And before I was doing my nuke as well, I was also clicking 3 then 5, so I went 4, stacking my 2, 3, 5, and then healing myself because I needed the heals after trying to get my nuke off. Sure, for enemies which have lower DPS, you'd be completely fine. However, something like this, you're going to struggle with for quite a bit. Okay, we're in Darkblood Legion, and I'm in a room with 3 targets because your 4th and your 3rd skill hit 3 targets. So basically, you can spam your 3rd and your 4th skill without any worry. As mentioned before, if you have your shock up on an enemy and then you try and heal yourself, you get a pretty decent heal. What's good about your 2nd skill as well, which makes this class way better for farming than it did before, is the fact that you actually regain mana by 20 this time. I'm pretty sure beforehand it did cost 20 mana, but I can't be completely certain. I will search it up, and if it is wrong, I will tell you right now in like a little text thing. However, I think farming here is pretty decent. If you wanted to, I'm sure you could stack up your conductive stacks to actually get a nuke on an enemy. However, in my opinion, I don't think it's necessary. You can just pressure 2 at any time and then heal yourself as well. It's not really a big deal. But yeah, it's pretty decent in a room like this. Okay, so you guys did see me die at the start when I was showing you the soloing wise, just because I got greedy and wanted to get max stacks. However, like I said, there's about a 5-second cooldown on your conductive passive, and that makes it really hard to just keep them up in general, especially when you want to heal yourself a bit. Even if you have like, I don't know, Vim and Valiance, it's still a really big struggle. In my opinion, I don't think The class is great at sustain, especially for soloing. It's so much of a struggle. I wouldn't give it a great rating, probably like a B, once again just because it takes so long to stack up your stacks, first of all to the max. And then the nuke itself is pretty good when you do get max, however you barely ever will get it on an enemy which does have high HP, or high damage rather. Farming wise however, I'll probably give it like a B+, and change the soloing to a B-, I think. The B+ is just because you can actually keep yourself sustained for quite a while. Both when your third and your fourth skills do hit 3 targets, have a long range, like the rest of your skills, but also your second skill regains your mana, so you don't have to worry about mana at any point. There's still other classes like Archfiend which will do the job way better, however, it's pretty decent, especially for a rep class which is pretty okay to get. Overall though, I don't think I'd see myself using this for soloing. Maybe in early game stages I would get this, so if you do get the chance during the Chaos Saga, just maybe try and do this first. It'll make soloing the bosses a bit easier, and some of the early game bosses. You can also solo Blood Titan, I did test that out earlier. That's pretty okay. However, once again, you do need to make sure that you're keeping yourself healed, and trying to not lose your conductive stacks while doing so, which is the biggest struggle. Either way, I think that's going to be it for the end of the video. If I did miss anything out, please let me know. I'd appreciate it, and I'll add it in the description and also as a pinned comment. And yeah, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.